Intuition is the direct opposite of overthinking and overanalyzing. Most people these days live almost exclusively in their own head, so it is no wonder that anxiety and depression are so rampant. Do you want to know the secret to stop overthinking? It is intuition development. Intuition development has truly changed my life for the better. I am more focused, more passionate, more relaxed, and I live the life that I want to live. Now, in order to understand how to develop intuition, it is important to first know that we have more than just one brain. We have at least 4 different brains, each of which is responsible for a different aspect of our mind. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 4 different brains and explain which aspect of the mind each brain is responsible for creating. As a bonus, at the end of this video, I am going to give you the best trick to instantly jumpstart your intuition whenever you find yourself in a state of anxiety or overthinking. Hey there, strivers, and welcome back to the I Am Striver channel. If you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and turn on notifications so that you know when we come out with a brand new video. I'm Dr. Jumana, and I'm an expert in embodied self-control. On this channel, I share unconventional and scientifically backed tips and tricks for how to be more self-controlled, more motivated, and live a much happier life. Now let's dive into the good stuff. When we think, it is with this brain, right? Nope. Recent research shows that our mind actually extends beyond the brain and requires certain bodily states in order to function. Besides the brain that is in the skull, there are at least 3 other organs that are vital for your mental state. I will go over each of these brains and explain which aspect of the mind that they create. The first brain is the brain. Conscious thought is primarily the product of the brain that is inside of our head. Anytime we are analyzing something, or problem solving, or actively remembering something, or planning, or any other mental activity that requires conscious attention, the brain that is in the head is highly active. All of these mental actions are super important, and they contribute to human beings being the dominating species on Earth despite our physical limitations in comparison with other species. However, you're not supposed to be doing these activities all day long. You're supposed to be engaging in them sporadically throughout the day when something important requires your attention. But most people spend the majority of their day overanalyzing and ruminating and overburdening their conscious attention. When this happens, anxiety and depression arise, and they become a rampant plague in a person's life. Now, while the head brain is truly awe-inspiring, it should only be used on an in-case of emergency basis, an emergency being a real-world problem that needs to be solved. Otherwise, when there is no real-world problem that needs to be solved right now, the brain will default into either ruminating about the past or worrying about the future. Intuitive-based thought, on the other hand, is always grounded in the present moment. This is why being able to switch to the other brains is such an important skill. Now, one of my favorite song lyrics says that overthinking and overanalyzing separate the body from the mind, withering my intuition. Are you someone who overthinks and overanalyzes everything? Do you feel that it has withered away your intuition? Let me know in the comment section down below. The second brain is the heart. The heart is a vital organ that pumps blood through the body, but researchers have recently discovered that this is not the only role that the heart plays. There is so much research now that shows that there is this very real connection between the heart and the mind. For example, heart rate variability, which is the variability of the time between heartbeats, has been found to be a very reliable indicator of mental well-being. Higher heart rate variability is correlated with better psychological health. There is also evidence that the heart is responsible for creating social connections. The heart is the largest generator of electromagnetic energy, about 60 times greater than the head brain. This energy can be detected by other people, especially if these other people were raised in a home with loving parents. One person's cardiac electromagnetic frequency can even synchronize with another heart's frequency, lending evidence to the saying that a person's positive energy is contagious. So, based on all the scientific research, the heart is responsible for mental aspects such as love, empathy, and positive emotion. Since the heart is linked to these specific mental states, scientists have started calling it the little brain. Intuition development requires listening to your heart when it comes to dealing with other people. The third brain is the gut. The gut refers to the gastrointestinal tract, which is the passageway of the digestive system starting from the mouth and ending with the anus. The gut is home to about 4,000 different strains of microbiota and other microorganisms that are in charge of various physical processes, such as extracting nutrients from food, regulating metabolism, and maintaining immunity. Now, it turns out that there is a direct connection between the head brain and the gut, which scientists call the gut-brain axis. The gut contains about 500 million neurons, produces about 50% of the body's dopamine and 95% of the body's serotonin. Both of these neurochemicals are essential to mental processes such as memory, learning, and mood. The gut is a major player when it comes to emotion regulation. In fact, mood disorders such as anxiety, depression, and autism spectrum disorder are typically accompanied by gastrointestinal disorders such as irritable bowel syndrome. So, the gut controls the mood aspect of our mind. This is why researchers have started calling the gut the second brain. Intuition development requires learning how to listen to your gut when it comes to emotional matters. The fourth brain is the genitals. Believe it or not, but our sex organs are really important for our mental state. Well-functioning sex organs result in mental well-being, whereas sexual dysfunction results in anxiety, depression, and a host of other mental disturbances. It is well known that sexual arousal, stimulation, and climax release a plethora of hormones and other neurochemicals that work to regulate stress, improve mood, and create or reinforce social bonds. While sexual health is highly linked with emotional well-being, it is more specifically a major physical resource of creativity. For example, sexual stimulation significantly increases creative performance in non-sexual tasks. Sexual stimulation has also been linked with conceptual creativity, meaning that people who are in touch with their sexuality are more likely to have novel ideas. Interestingly, it was found that bisexual people have greater cognitive flexibility than strictly heterosexual people or strictly homosexual people. Unfortunately, there is significantly less research on the role that the genitals play in our mental states above and beyond general stress relief and mood enhancement. However, these last few studies do begin to shed a light on how fundamental physical sexuality is for very specific mental processes. The fact that there is such a strong link between creative processes and sexual function qualifies the genitals as being yet another brain. Intuition development requires learning to listen to your genitals when it comes to creating something new or innovative. So now we arrive at the million-dollar question. How do we turn off the overthinking caused by the head brain and turn on the intuitive thinking from the heart brain, the gut brain, and the genital brain? The short answer is breath. All four brains, as well as the lungs, are connected by the vagus nerve, which is the largest cranial nerve in the body, and it is the main nerve component of the parasympathetic nervous system. Deep rhythmic breathing activates the vagus nerve at the throat, and it activates all the organs that it connects below the neck. Steady inhales and long exhaustive exhales activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which puts us in the rest and digest state, making us feel calm and relaxed. Now, if you add some vocalization to your breathing, especially on the exhale, the effect will be much stronger. So the next time you find that your brain is working way too hard, causing you to overthink and overanalyze everything, stop and take some steady, deep breaths, focusing especially on the exhale. Then, and this is the important bit, in the head-brain silence created by the breathing, refocus your attention to the feeling in the heart, in the gut, or in the genitals. This is the best and most effective strategy for intuition development. And if you turn this strategy into a habit, I guarantee you that your life will change for the better. So there you have it, strivers, using the 4 brains for intuition development. If you enjoyed this video or if you learned something new, please give it a like. If you know somebody that struggles with their head brain being way too overactive, share this video with them so that they could learn something new too. Now, if any of you are interested in learning something about self-control, motivation, or happiness, please let me know in the comment section down below and I'll be more than happy to make a video about it. I'll see you guys in the next video, and as always, strivers, keep on striving. Ciao, guys.